Okay, I got kind of cut off last time, so I'm gonna continue where I left off. I kind of got down to a certain part, so watch the video, and yeah. I'm going to start from the beginning of the paragraph I left off. They sat down on the bench about 20 feet from the bar or entrance. They sat there a bit awkwardly for about 2 minutes. Then Shane moved his hand and cleared his throat. When Charlie mumbled, "What's your name?" "I'm Valentina," she replied. "A pretty name for a really pretty girl," she laughed. Valentina replied gaily, "Why, thank you." Shane looked out into her hazel eyes and said, "So, Valentina, I like that the way that sounds. It's really nice." Valentina was now blushing. My name's Shane, if you're wondering. Oh yeah, I was wondering. And I was just looking at your eyes. They're all blue and nice. It's actually hazel, just looks blue. Thank you. So what brings you here tonight? I don't know. I just met up with friends that haven't seen in like 2 months. It's great to see them again. What brings you here? Or same meeting friends? No, I'm kidding. Well, kind of. They came to meet chicks. I guess I came to actually meet in someone, maybe. Valentina was blushing and said, "Well, I mean, I could be that someone. I mean, only if you want." Let me get down here. Okay. Shane was cut off by Shane. She was cut off by Shane pressing his lips against hers, holding her face with his hand and deeping in the kiss. As they started getting into it, their attraction to each other rising, they want emerging with each second. They took a break, both of them, and Alvarez interested by each other. Or they both never. They both had never felt like this about anyone before. They both wanted more. Valentina finally asked, "My place?" "Yes," Shane replied quickly. Valentina texted her friend saying that she was going to go somewhere else for the night. "Don't wait up," but Shane did the same. They both stood walking on the pavement, and they called for a taxi. One found their attention. They hopped in. The whole ride ate over. They couldn't keep their hands off each other, or every few seconds they touched into each other, getting more and more imitated. It with each long minute. They could tell that the taxi driver knew what they were doing, so they tried to control themselves. It was a long paragraph. So they tried to control themselves as best as they could until they reached Valentina's apartment. Shane offered her to pay the trip over, so she handed the money. And so he handed the money over, and they quickly got out of the cab. Valentina got changed to her apartment. She unlocked the door. Her tension burst when Shane flung himself on her locking lips and feeling each other up, getting more and more excited, until finally they went to Valentina's bedroom and then fell back under the bed. Shane started kissing Valentina's neck, imitating moans and lip biting while Shane tugged on, and while Valentina tugged on his shirt, obviously wanted it off. He sat up and started unbuttoning his shirt, but Valentina got impatient. "Sorry, I have to do this," she said, and then ripped his shirt open, buttons flying in all directions. "It's now off at least." Shane smirked and leaned in again, and continuing, kiss along Valentina's neck, trailing into her collarbone. Shane was hesitant, but started pulling a bit on her shirt as well. She took it off, revealing her bra, and Shane smiled again and nuzzling into her chest, only making Valentina hotter and bothered. After a bit more of that, she looked at his belt, then put her hand on it, attempting to unbuckle it with one hand. And that didn't work, so Shane took her hand and started kissing in it, asking, "You sure want to do this?" Valentina replied, and Valentina really, really did. She hasn't wanted anything more. Or yes, do you? Shane hasn't And Shane wasn't the one to sleep with girls he just met. But he seemed like an expectation, and she seemed like someone had completely, and he had completely with, and would it actually make something good out of things with. I really do. So enough with this one, but by one undressing, he proceeded to pull down Valentina's leggings and panties. Ethan, Valentina blushed and covered herself. Shane looked confused. What's wrong? I'm like, you. Valentina, what's wrong with you? Oh yeah, nothing. You're beautiful, so no worries, babe. And that's where I finished in the last video, but cut off because missed call and 5 minutes ago. Valentina smiled and then uncovered herself. When Shane take this sight in, Shane snapped out of it and then unbuckled his belt, pulling down his jeans and showing his Calvin clean boxer shorts. I don't wear those. I don't know what they are. Valentina liked what she saw. Before she realized Shane was undoing her bra, but when it came in unlatched, she slowly slid it off, and he slowly slid it off, showing everything. He became bug-eyed and shivered. He couldn't believe the view before him. Valentina quickly said, "Well, you can't be naked here, while you're still covered." She reached out and pulled his boxers elastic to his knees. He laughed and pulled the rest of them down without hesitation. They both continued kissing, and Valentina could feel Shane's awkward erection growing larger, finally turning him over so she was on top, and placed Valentina at her entrance and slowly let him slide in. Okay, before I continue, I do not move fast in this. I so far did probably about 12, 13 times. Only kissed one girl. And gave this one girl 3 times. And yeah. Shane moaned, fuck. He explained, and he began going up and down, increasing the moaning from both of them. She went faster and faster, also hitting the breaking point. I'm almost there, oh my god. And Shane breathed, me too. And Valentina moaned, and Valentina slowed a bit, and then Shane turned over her, so he was on top, then he thrust it in and out. The sound of skin and slapping together was heard, and Valentina hissed with pleasure. Valentina then breathed, wait, let me do this. She pushed herself up and got on her hands and knees. Shane knew what to do. He admired her backside. It was so doing, and so he turned, and returning him on for once. He placed himself back where he previously was, then slid in slope first, then went faster and faster, tingles of pleasure and excitement went through in each of their entire bodies. He said he couldn't go any faster, or he knew he couldn't take much more of what, so he pulled out a thick white ribbon of cum, exploded onto her lower back and onto the bed. And Valentina let out one final moan, then sighed and turned over, exhausted but satisfied. Okay. We did not do anal in the last part, but just, I don't know what goes on in this author's mind. No one actually does. It was weird. Out. I should probably, I'll continue on next video since it's been about 10 minutes, and I'm gonna make sure don't go over my 15 minutes, so yeah, I'll continue on next video.